In this episode of the A-Z of Hutton Space, we look into the small but unique system of Van Maanen star. When viewed from Sol, it lies in the constellation Pisces and sits just below the fourth brightest star, Delta Piscium, just above the ecliptic. Catalogued by Dutch-American astronomer Adrian van Maanen in 1917, it was named Van Maanen star by yet another Dutch-American astronomer, Willem Jacob Luyten, of whom we heard last week. Lying about 14 light-years from Sol, it is the closest solitary white dwarf, the two closer white dwarfs, Sirius B and Procyon, each having companion stars. A remnant of a star originally about 2.6 times the mass of Sol, astonishingly, it is now only 1% the size of Sol and retains only 2/3 of Sol's mass. Orbited by one rocky and 9 icy worlds, all but the 9th body are landable, and a wide variety of surface materials can be gathered by surface prospecting, but expect to do it in the dark. In addition to the unique nature of its star, VMS, as we shall now refer to it, is currently the only system in Hutton Space that requires a permit. Oddly, whilst Hutton control the system, the permits are issued by the Sublime Order of Van Maanen star, known in Hutton circles as the Mad Monks of Van Maanen. In 2480, the system was originally given to the Guardians of the Free Spirit religious sect by the Federation. They believed in maximum hardship and lived underground on several of the inner planets of the system. It is forbidden by federal law to enter the system without the permission of the Guardians or their successors, and it is assumed that over time this sect became the Sublime Order that we know today. The Mad Monks are also present in another Hutton-controlled system, Epsilon Eridani, where unexpectedly they recently staged an unsuccessful rebellion after a particularly heavy session on their famous tonic wine and after inhaling a bit too much herbal incense. The population of 7.2 million is supported by a service economy, which means in addition to men with dirty habits, it is full of bureaucrats, accountants and middle managers, and so really only has hydrogen fuel and bio-waste for sale. 2 stations serve the system: O'Connor City, a Coriolis station with a landscaped interior, orbits the first planet Major, and Thurston Gateway, the bafflingly remote outpost over 100,000 light seconds out. Commanders can also trade at 2 surface starports, Jury Terminal Major, the only named body, and Bias Survey on the 10th planet. One aspect of life in the 34th century that we pretty much have come to take for granted has been artificial intelligence, but it hasn't always been without its glitches. From HAL 9000 to Ash to Maximilian to Shodan and Clippy, Siri, Cortana, that unfortunate incident where Alexa crashed the Brazilian power grid instead of opening my emails, and don't get me started on Skynet. Of course, I'm talking about none other than that insidious AI trash gobbler, Mr. Dusty.
I'm Mr. Dusty. Give me your trash.
Who eagerly murdered Dr. Linsky as he was innocently deadheading his dahlias. A notable follow-up incident occurred in VMS in early 3303 when intrepid Hutton radio reporter Rex Bottoms was tipped off about a dark hidden secret entombed in the bowels of O'Connor, the system's principal station, and foolishly decided to investigate. In the circumstances, given Mr. Dusty's vacuous appetite, you could say that he was Dyson with death. Being one of the earlier systems to come under Hutton control, VMS has seen much Hutton history. Due to the continual glitches in the Pilots Federation matrix causing endless wars in other systems and breaking several of the BGS crew in the process, the honour largely went to the opposable thumbs wing of Hutton, the Hotboxers. Hotbox is now the official Hutton custodian of VMS, safe behind the Pilots Federation mandate, introduced shortly afterwards, that no permit lock system shall be expanded into.